protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Good evening and welcome to the 2019 Liga Super Malaysia clash between Kuala Lumpur and Perak at the stadium Bola, Kuala Lumpur in Cheras. This fixture was originally scheduled to take place in February, but it was postponed to provide Perak the necessary space to prepare for their Asian Champions League qualifier against Ulsan Hyundai. But tonight we've got an exciting clash ahead of us, and here's the current standings on the Liga Super Malaysia table. Perak, of course, are in 9th spot with 9 points from 9 games, while Kuala Lumpur are currently 12th with 7 points from 9 games. So as you can see, Kuala Lumpur have a chance to overtake Perak on the league table. Kuala Lumpur came into this fixture with every bit of momentum on their side. They are unbeaten in their last 5 matches in all competitions, and they've won 4 of those, including wins over the mighty Kedah and most recently PJ City. De Paula is also back amongst the goals. Luke Woodland and Irfan Zakaria are starting to work better, and this match offers them the opportunity to finally get out of the danger zone. Let's hear what Chong Yi Fat, the Kuala Lumpur head coach, had to say ahead of this fixture.
4 kemenangan dalam 5 perlawanan terakhir ni, coach. So apa faktor utama kebangkitan Kuala Lumpur, coach? Komen?
Faktor tak ada special, cuma tak boleh lari lah dari faktor asal. We work hard. We work hard for during the training. We work hard during the matches. That's the main factor.
Okey, coach. Malam ni menentang Perak, pastinya satu lagi perlawanan yang sukar buat Kuala Lumpur, coach. So apa tugasan yang coach selalu remind kepada player coach sendiri, coach?
Tak ada special advice. Cuma buat yang sebelum ni lah. Fokus, work hard, and then the result. Don't take this as a special. Take one game. Do your normal things.
Okey, coach. Kemenangan 1-0 ke atas PJ City tempoh hari merupakan satu clean sheet pertama dalam Liga Super buat Kuala Lumpur lah, coach. Coach, apakah petanda coach punya defender Irfan Zakaria dan Luke Woodland, coach? So apa yang menampakkan keserasian pada coach?
They looks better now. Sebelum ni mungkinlah ada small mistake yang menyebabkan kita kena bolos. But kebelakangan ni sebelum dengan PJ Rangers pun ada tanda-tanda lah. Understanding. Hope they continue the good work. Then I think if we can take care of the defending department, I think we are okay.
Thank you, coach. Good luck.
Chong Yi Fat clearly happy with how his side have been performing in recent weeks. Things aren't looking too great for their counterparts tonight, Perak. The Boss Gauros have only won 1 league game this season, and they've only won 1 game away from home, which was a 2-1 win over Gerantor in the Shopee Piala FA. Goals have also been very hard for them to come by this season. They've only scored 7 in 9 league games, and if they lose tonight, Kuala Lumpur will overtake them on the league table, pushing Perak to the 10th shot. Here's what head coach Mehmet Durakovic had to say ahead of tonight's fixture. So yeah, now that we have Mehmet Durakovic ready to give his comments ahead of tonight's fixture, let's hear what he had to say.
Playing again Kuala Lumpur tonight, coach. So how important you see your boys issue respond after losing with Pahang last week?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very important game for us. This is our catch-up game, so we must get 3 points. We must move up the table, and tonight's the night. So hopefully all the players will give 100%, and hopefully we got our scoring shoes on so we can score a few goals.
Okay, coach. Currently, Perak 9th place in the Liga, coach. So are you happy with all the?
Look, I'm happy with the way.
Hadirin sekalian, mengumumkan perarakan masuk bendera MFL. Bendera rekod.
If you score goals, you win games. So hopefully we can do this tonight.
Coach, defensively remain Perak one of the best team in the Super League, coach. So, but up front, Perak have only scored 7 goals in the match, coach. So, can you comment, coach?
Yeah, like I said, defensively we've played very, very well, and even to be quite honest, we're creating so many chances. But at the end of the day, if you don't score goals, you will not win the game. So this is our problem at the moment, and hopefully tonight we will rectify this, and hopefully we can score and win the game.
Thank you. Good luck, guys, tonight.
Goals, goals, goals. It seems to be the main mission for Perak, especially in tonight's fixtures, Aradni.
Yeah, 100%. They have not scored enough goals. Their away form is not good. 3 draws, one loss. So it's not good enough. They need to do better, especially with what they did last season. This season just does not show that they went to the Malaysia Cup final. They finished second last season, so they've got a lot to do. Gilmar has a lot to play for. Wanda Lewis is out tonight. Zach is out tonight. So these players coming in. Sharul Fikri, he's performing well, so he's one to watch tonight.
Sharul Fikri has been paired alongside Gilmar for tonight's fixtures. Both sets of players are also out now. We're ready for the state anthems and the national anthems here in Cheras.
Seterusnya, hadirin diminta berdiri bagi menghormati lagu negeri Perak, lagu wilayah Persekutuan Maju dan Sejahtera serta lagu kebangsaan negaraku.
Momentum at this point is clearly with Kuala Lumpur, but history is with Perak. Because if you look at the last 11 meetings between both sides, Perak have won every single one of their matches against Kuala Lumpur. But Kuala Lumpur come into this game on the back of an impressive form, unbeaten in their last 5, having won 4 of their last 5 matches as well. And even if you go back to last year, 2018, both sides faced each other 4 times, but Perak won every single one of those matches, scoring 11 goals and only conceding 1 in the process. Sairatni, that's a difficult ask.
100%, yeah, but we got to look at Kuala Lumpur. They've made a massive comeback. They're improving in the league. They're going through in the FA Cup, 4 goals against Penang. You know, they're kind of continuing what they did last season. Bola wasn't there at the start of the season. Now he's back. He's such a main player for Kuala Lumpur. He makes them tick, and especially with the combination with Paulo Josu, you know, it's going to be something special to watch.
It seems to have changed dramatically for Kuala Lumpur because they started the season really badly and they had this bad run of form, in, especially in the league, conceding bags of goals as well. But in the last 5 games or so, things have just worked, especially in defense, where they are more often than not suspect.
Yeah, first clean sheet against PJ City, you know, very important for them. They've been conceding way too many. I think it's now 19 goals conceded in all matches, so it will be very important to keep a tight defense. Perak have Gilmar back, so he's going to be up front with Shahrul Fikri, so that will be something to think about. Luke Woodland and Irfan Zakaria, they have a big part to play. And
Gilmar is the one that I was really interested to talk to you about, because he is back playing tonight after picking up an injury. And as we can see, here's the starting 11 for Kuala Lumpur. Before we talk about Perak, here are the 11 players that Chong Yu Fat has picked. Who is the one that will catch your eye tonight?
Oh, definitely. We all say Guillaume Bola. So he's the man to watch. He's bagged some goals in the one in the league, a few in the FA Cup, and his combination with Indra Putra, with Paulo Josu, Ashri Chuchu, who got the winner in the last game. You know, if they gel together well, they just need to focus on defense.
We've got the Perak starting 11 coming up next. Gilmar obviously back in the starting 11 as well, playing after missing out against Pahang last time around. He has scored 6 in his last 7 matches against Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur will know all about him. They'll probably have a look at a few games before this. How has he performed? He hasn't really been up to the standards this season. So far, 2 goals. It's not enough, but they have Brandon Gan back. He's going to be in the middle of the park with Leandro. So these two have to make sure they tick so Gilmar and Shahrul get chances.
Brandon Gan set to partner Leandro dos Santos at the heart of Perak's midfield today, with Shahrul Fikri, Gilmar leading their lines. You've got Nur Hakim Hassan as well as Firdaus Sayadi on the flanks. But here are the substitute players for tonight. Anyone that you could count on?
Well, we look at Kuala Lumpur. They have Fitrioma came in the last game to help going forward and be a spine at the back. Taru Karube, foreign player, you know, he'll always want to be in that starting lineup, but it's very tough for him. And as for Perak, you know, the players that to look for, there's Karol Anwar, Kenny, Palraj, Parthiban.
And here we have it. It's kickoff in the Liga Super Malaysia clash between Kuala Lumpur and Perak in Cheras. Kuala Lumpur wearing their traditional red kit, while Perak will be donning their regular yellow kit. It was a complete mismatch when both sides played each other across 4 matches last season. They played a couple of times in the league, and they also played a couple of times in the Piala Malaysia, where they were placed in the same group. It didn't go well for Kuala Lumpur. They only were able to score 1 goal in those 4 games. Didn't win a single one of them, didn't get a point out of any one of them. Perak won all 4, scored 11 goals. But here's the man, Di Paula, the guy who scored the only goal that KL were able to bag against Perak last year. So arguably Kuala Lumpur's biggest threat moving forward is back amongst the goals as well. Scored 1 against Tun Razak. Also bagged a couple against Penang in the Piala FA. There's De Paula. Getting pressed by a couple of Perak midfielders, instantly spreading the ball towards the path of Hafiz Johar, but it's picked up comfortably by Hafizul Hakim. It's now Amirul Azhan. He's been a mainstay in the Perak defense over the last couple of years, Amirul Azhan. Even earned a national call-up to the Malaysian squad for the AFF Suzuki Cup back in December. This is Leandro trying to find Nur Hakim, who's brought down. Nur Hakim could be a key player for Perak tonight.
Yeah, he's very important. He scored a goal against Selangor in the 1-1 draw in Shah Alam. You know, so far we haven't seen what he's been doing in recent seasons. So it's very important for him to step up, gain back that form he once had, and you know, try to improve every game.
Zafriaya being brought down by Leandro. Leandro was another name who missed out in their 1-0 loss to Pahang last weekend. Kenny Paul Raj started that match in place of him. But he's back tonight, Leandro. So is Gilmar. Bit of a wasted opportunity there from Kuala Lumpur.
I think Zafri just saw Hafizul off his line. Hafizul's never going to get beaten by that distance, other than if it was Lee Tuck, where we saw a screamer last season.
Amirul Azhan. Back to the man who scored a screamer in the Malaysia Cup final, Brendan Gunn. Here's Brendan again. He's got Gilmar making a run into the box. Brendan gets the better of Irfan Zakaria, but his cross is then eventually put out of play by Irfan. It's a corner kick for Perak.
Yeah, we can see how disappointed Brendan is. He's worked hard. He's got the ball in a good area. Just the final pass, not the best. He knows he could have done better. He had Gilmar in there, no Hakim there.
You think that Perak will be looking to make the most out of set-piece situation. They've only scored 7 in the league this season. It's probably been the one reason they're currently 9th on the table. Gilmar seems the obvious target. Nazirul Naim's cross into the box. It's half cleared away by the KL defense. It's a throw-in for Perak in a dangerous area. Nur Hakim leaving it to Nazirul Naim. Finds Sharul Saad. He's got Idris partnering him at the heart of Perak's defense tonight. Idris looking for options. Finds Amirul Azhan. Spreads it towards Firdaus Saidi, who's trying to get the better of Azmi Muslim. Struggles to do so. Luke Woodland comfortably clears it out of the danger area. This is De Paula, who is really widely known across the country for his holding up play. But that delivery was not exactly of the quality that we expect from De Paula.
Yeah, we expect more, but that's an example of how much Kuala Lumpur missed him. You know, when they hit balls up front, he's always there to hold the ball, bring other players in. Although that pass was not the best, but still, you know, his hold-up play is so important.
But this is Indra Putra looking to get the better of Sharul Saad, but somehow Sharul was able to get a foot on the ball and put it away.
Yeah, if that was Indra 5 years ago, he would have been on goal one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Is exactly why Sharul Saad is widely acknowledged as arguably the best Malaysian defender. Would you agree with that, Saradni?
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with you. I think he's getting better. He's maybe on the international stage. He hasn't really shown enough. I think he can do so much better. But playing for Perak, you know, he's so important. We saw last season when he was out of for injury, Perak missed him a lot. They conceded goals once he came back. Malaysia Cup, they didn't concede too many, and they, you know, it's so important. They went to the final and won it.
Nazirul Naim back towards Sharul Saad. Brendan was demanding for the ball, but it goes into the path of Nur Hakim instead. Fails to control it. It's a throw-in for Kuala Lumpur. It's been a cagey start to the game here in Cheras. Both sides obviously having a lot on the plate. This is Nur Hakim. Bit of a cheeky ball trying to find Gilmar, but oh my word! How has that gone in? It's 1-0 to Perak. Disastrous defending from Kuala Lumpur. There seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication with the defenders.
Yeah, and just right here, hits the back of Irfan Zakaria. Don't know what Farizwan is doing there. There's no communication between players, and we can see a little cheeky smile from the referee towards the Perak players. I just can't believe how that's happened. You know, there's a lot to think about. Farizwan, Irfan, you know, probably Irfan shouldn't have his back towards the ball, you know, and he doesn't know where it's going.
That's a bit of a bizarre one. Somehow, within 7 minutes into the game, Perak find themselves 1-0 ahead.
Definitely love to see that one again.
We'll get a replay of the goal really, really soon. But this has now put Kuala Lumpur in a difficult position. 1-0 down within 7 minutes into a game they desperately wanted to win in order to get out of the danger area.
And today for Kuala Lumpur, it's perfect because if they win, they go on top of Perak.
Exactly.
So, you know, as you said, bizarre. We could say you know, a little bit of a funny goal, but, you know, Perak won't be complaining. A goal's a goal.
Well, if you can't get your strikers to score, get your opposition defenders to do it for you. Here's the replay of the goal against that.
And again, there's no danger. Irfan back towards the ball, not giving focus to where Nur Hakim is playing it. You know, it's just so lucky for Nur Hakim. Just bounces off. Farizwan in no man's land, doesn't know what he's doing. There's no communication at all. It's not really what Chongyi Fat wants, especially after 6-7 minutes. The whole game plan has to change.
I think it's Zaiful Hakim who got the final touch on the ball that gave Perak a 1-0 advantage. This is Brendan Gunn, back to Leandro. Tries to spread it towards Amirul Azhan, but Brendan's touch is a bit too heavy. Seems like Nur Hakim is playing in a bit of a central role for Perak tonight, because Sharil Fikri is completely on the right flank. Gilmar is on the left.
Yeah, we can also see some position changes between Firdaus and also Nur Hakim, Brendan, Leandro.
Sindra Putra trying to get the better of Idris, but Idris does enough to put the ball out of play. It is an opportunity for Kuala Lumpur to issue an instant response. Paulo Josue. Azmi Muslim crosses into the box. Hafizul Hakim comfortably catches that one.
A bit too easy there. Putting a cross in too high with no power on it. Hafizul's always going to claim that.
This is Gilmar. He's got Nur Hakim making a run. Delicious ball from Gilmar. Nur Hakim Hassan gets the better over the KL defense, and Nur Hakim fires it above the bar.
I think that took a little bit of a deflection, if I'm not mistaken. Luke just got the touch at the end. Yeah, you know, he didn't give up. Nur Hakim with a great chance.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous flick from Nur Hakim to get the better of Luke Woodland. It is a corner kick for Perak. It'll be a dream come true for Mehmet Durukovic for them to go 2-0 up here in Cheras within 10 minutes into the match. Firdaus Sayadi's cross into the box, cleared away by Paulo Josue. It's now Idris. Launching it forward in search of Leandro, Gilmar, Brendan Gunn, all of them still inside the box. It goes out for yet another corner kick for Perak. They look pretty unsettled at the back, Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, ever since that confusion between goalkeeper and defenders and their own goal, they haven't settled down. They haven't tried to get the ball, play it out, spread it out, open up play. Perak, you know, they've been on the front foot from the start of the game. They're getting more confident.
All Perak need is a good cross into the box. Nazirul Naim's cross, slightly overhead, and it goes out of play for a goal kick for Kuala Lumpur.
Well, it's a bit of a waste there from Nazirul. You know, he's not putting the ball in the area where he's going to bring some danger, let players challenge it.
Seems to be a problem that it's affecting the entire league as well, you could say. Rizwan Kamaruddin takes the goal kick. He starts for the second consecutive game as well. Now, Hafiz Johar is down, and Nazirul Naim has picked up a yellow card. Bit of a rough challenge on Hafiz Johar, who seems to be in a lot of pain at the moment.
Yeah, mistimed by Sharul Saad, firstly, and then brought down by Nazirul. Perak players are claiming that Nazirul touched the ball first, but the referee has other ideas.
It is an opportunity for Kuala Lumpur. This man could be decisive for Perak tonight. Kuala Lumpur have every bit of threat available for them from set-piece situation. We've seen Paulo Josue provide excellent deliveries from situations like this, especially last season. And we've also seen De Paula convert them from these positions. It is Paulo Josue straight towards Hafizul Hakim, who picks it up rather comfortably.
It's going to take more than that to beat Hafizul from this distance. I think I can try and see the idea. He's trying to get that ball up and down as quickly as possible. Maybe try get the bounce before the goalkeeper. Very difficult.
There's Gilmar. Nazirul Naim. Perak still trying to take advantage of what appears to be an unsettled KL defense. It's a free kick. It does get difficult if you're playing for KL. It does get difficult after conceding situations like that.
100%, yeah. When you concede so early in the game, and the way you concede, you know, it just can just deal a big problem in confidence going for the rest of the game. We have seen still they have not settled down. Every time they get the ball, they lose it. There's no patience in the play.
Kuala Lumpur trying to launch a quick counter-attack, but Indra Putra has been ruled out for offside. You can see that the KL midfield at this point is struggling to get the better of the partnership between Brendan Gunn and Leandro. They've not played a lot this season together especially, but they're back at the heart of the Perak's midfield tonight, and they seem to be causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, I don't think it's too difficult for two players as experienced as that. And here, Zafri getting the yellow card, challenge from behind. You can see on Firdous Saidi. But yeah, we're talking about Leandro and Brendan. You know, they had a great partnership last season, although Brendan had injuries this season. But I think when Brendan comes back in, it's easy for them to just go back in the same play that they were doing last season. And you know, that's why they're professionals and as experienced as they are, it's easy for them.
Paulo Josue trying to thread a through pass into the path of De Paula there, but this is Nur Hakim for Perak from the left. Finds Brendan Gunn, who threads it back into Nur Hakim. Crosses into the box. Sharil Fikri. This is Gilmar. And somehow the KL defenders are able to get it away.
And it's a good block here by Luke Woodin. Again, taking care of things at the back, but there's too many gaps in that defense for Kuala Lumpur. They have a back four, and then the midfielders and between the defenders, it's too much of a gap. You know, sometimes you're just lucky the ball doesn't land because Perak are always on the forward foot.
It's now a throw in for Kuala Lumpur. Zaiful Hakim, the man who had that final touch, and that touch wasn't that great too. It's not looking great for Kuala Lumpur at the moment, is it?
Yeah, going to 17 minutes now. They still, as I've said before, they haven't settled down. Perak controlling the game, controlling the tempo.
Gilmar trying to set it up for Firdaus Sayadi. Gives it away. Amirul Azad. Back towards Idris. Idris, who is preferred to Zach Anderson in tonight's starting 11. Zach is on the bench. Hakim towards Gilmar. You see the vision from Gilmar, but that was slightly overhit.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment from Gilmar. He knows he should have done better. Firdaus, oh, Shahril, sorry, he would have been clear to go forward. And as we see again, Kuala Lumpur losing the ball as soon as they receive it. You see, Chong Yifat has to tell the players, be patient. There's a lot more time in the game. You know, they just have to build up, gain the confidence again.
Gilmar couldn't get the better of Irfan Zakaria, but it's a free kick for Perak. This is only Perak's 8th goal in the Liga Super Malaysia this year. We have an opportunity to add to that at this point. Nazirul Naim crosses into the box, trying to find Gilmar, who hits it slightly above the bar.
And this time a better ball in from Nazirul. Straight to the head of Gilmar, who claims there was a touch from Luke Woodland. Goal kick given.
Gilmar, of course, has scored 6 goals in his last 7 matches against Kuala Lumpur for Perak. He's been heavily involved in the first 20 minutes of the match here in Cheras. Sharil Fikri trying to use his pace to get the better of Azmi Muslim, fails to do so. Quick throw in from Sharil Fikri, trying to find Gilmar. Gilmar is now brought down inside the box, but the referee waves play on. This is De Paula setting it up for Ashri Chuchu. Goes out.
And this is the incident again. Not great defending from Luke, but I think Gilmar's a bit theatrical there.
There was probably a bit of contact, but the reaction.
Yeah, it doesn't help the reaction. He's telling the referee, don't give me a penalty. Just looked too obvious, yeah. Yeah, now Leandro from behind, bit of a shove.
"20 minutes into the match here in Cheras. Perak have a 1-0 lead, courtesy of an own goal from Zaiful Hakim.
And this is it again. Yep, just bounces off Irfan, and then Zaiful does the rest.
A lot left to be desired from Kuala Lumpur's start in this game. Paulo Josue, this time around, trying to find a Kuala Lumpur hand, and that's exactly what he does. Indra Putra Mayudin levels the score for Kuala Lumpur. Defending error from Kuala Lumpur gave Perak the lead, and it's a goalkeeping error from Perak that has allowed Kuala Lumpur to restore parity.
Yeah, I think Hafizul just takes too long with the decision. He's waited for it to bounce. He wasn't confident with catching it. If you're not confident with catching it, punch it out. And Indra Putra doing a little bit of a James Milner celebration. Old man celebration. But, you know, old man scores goals. And he's done ever so well. And he's anticipated that. He didn't give up on it. And Hafizul will be very disappointed. You know, they've got the lead early. It's not something that you want to happen.
It's his third goal of the season, Indra Putra. And if my statistics are right, that's his 98th Liga Super Malaysia goal. He's edging ever closer to the 100-goal mark. Now they have a chance to keep building on that. Ashri Chuchu crosses from the left. Headed away by Sharul Saad. This is Brendan Gunn. Brendan Gunn treading a crossfield ball into the path of Nur Hakim. And his first touch wasn't that great. It does go out for a throw-in for Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a great ball from Brendan. Good vision to see the space in front of Nur Hakim. Nur Hakim has to do better. But, you know, from Kuala Lumpur, when nowhere in this game, and out of nothing, they've got an equalizer.
You could say the same about Perak as well. Out of nowhere, they got the lead, and something similar has happened, allowing Kuala Lumpur to get back into the game. It is 1-1 here in Cheras after 23 minutes.
Well, Perak did have more possession. They were threatening going forward. Kuala Lumpur did too little on the ball, losing it too easy. But yeah, Perak got the goal because they were going forward. This is for Kuala Lumpur, it's just not out of nothing. Bit of a charity today from both teams.
But Indra Putra though, I mean, at his age, to have that instinct.
Well, I think instincts, you never lose it. You know, fitness, pace, you'll lose it, but instincts is it's a gift.
And that desire as well. In the meantime, it is a free kick for Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, a bit of a shove from Brendan at first, and then Sharul Saad with a bit of a late challenge.
He's going to be dealing with a lot of that De Paula throughout this fixture. But Kuala Lumpur are now making their first change in the match. Seems like Zafri Yahya is being brought off and he's being replaced by Ryutaro Karube, Japanese midfielder. Probably a like-for-like replacement as well.
Well, not really sure if the change is for injury. We did see Zafri earlier had a bit of a knock, but he came off walking fine.
Crosses into the box, De Paula hits the post. My word. Kuala Lumpur almost getting a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and a similar ball from Paulo in a dangerous area. He doesn't get the best connections on the first header. I think it comes off his shoulder as well, and then blocked by Leandro.
This is now a corner kick for Kuala Lumpur. They have every bit of momentum now in their favor. Josue into the box, trying to find the header of Irfan Zakaria. Couldn't get a clean one. Firdaus Sayadi. Plays it quickly, the path of Sharil Fikri. Sharil spreads it back towards Amirul Azad. Fizul Hakim. Sharul Saad. This Firdaus Sayadi again, operating in a bit of a attacking midfield role tonight. Finds Sharil Fikri on the right. Sharil trying to get the better of Azmi Muslim. Now it's Ryutaro Karube. Indra Putra. Taken quickly by Karube, but Indra Putra is flagged offside. You can see Mehmet is furious with his players on the touchline. They were 1-0 up. They had all the momentum. They're now struggling to break down this Kuala Lumpur side. This is Leandro. Shahril Fikri is up against Azmi Muslim again. Shahril crosses into the box. Irfan Zakaria. Now it's Karube. He's got Ashri Chuchu to his left. Karube chooses to play it long towards De Paula. De Paula, Hafizul Hakim comes out of his line to clear that one.
And it wasn't really the most convincing of goalkeeping, but you know, lucky enough, just a Perak player in front of him.
Shahril Fikri trying to find Gilmar. That's a penalty for Perak. And Zaiful Hakim has been handed his second blow of the match.
And this is a great ball in. And we can see there, as Gilmar's trying to get it, not sure he'll reach it, but still Zaiful pulling him down, making the tackle. He's already given away the own goal. Now he's gave Perak a big chance to get back in front. And Leandro will take it.
This is huge. This is really huge. On one hand, you've got Kuala Lumpur losing their momentum. Zaiful Hakim losing a bit more confidence as well. But on the other hand, you've got Perak with a glorious opportunity to restore their lead.
And it all came from that quick free kick that Ryotaro tried to make to Indra Putra. Called offside, straight away Perak back at it.
Can Leandro put Perak back in the lead here in Cheras? Leandro! 2-1 to Perak. Kuala Lumpur are in the back seat once again.
Well, as soon as the goalkeeper goes the wrong way, Leandro knows it's in. All he has to do is keep it on target, and keep it on target he did.
It's been a strange game here in Cheras, but somehow we've seen 3 goals, and all of them have come from defensive mistakes to some extent.
Well, 3 goals, 3 gifts. We haven't seen too much from open play. Perak dominating with ball possession. Kuala Lumpur can't really get their passes together. As soon as they get in a little bit of panic mode, they go pump the ball straight up to De Paula. I think, you know, pumping it up to De Paula is okay, but still, you need to try and build something from the back.
Just as Chong Yifat was trying to point out that his side has been improving defensively, they did keep their first clean sheet against PJ City last weekend. But tonight they've already conceded 2 goals in the space of 30 minutes. But they continue to try to find a way back. Paulo Josue's ball. It's cleared away by Sharul Saad. It's a throw in for Kuala Lumpur. Azmi Muslim towards Karube. Karube back towards Luke Woodland. This is Karube again. Azmi Muslim into the box. Idris Ahmad did enough to put that one out of play. It's now a corner kick for Kuala Lumpur.
Idris, so far, been doing well. Playing like he's already forgotten the Malaysia Cup final. That's important. Getting that combination again with Sharul Saad. They had a good run last season together.
Josue into the box. Hafiz Johar's shot was blocked. And Kuala Lumpur continued to attack. Hafizul Hakim this time couldn't get a clean touch on the ball. Puts it out of play for another corner kick.
Bit of a shaky display from Hafizul. Yeah, the goal obviously, but there again, you know, it's better going for the punch if you're not confident in catching.
Josue yet again. This time around, Sharul Saad does enough. Azmi Muslim, another cross into the box. Idris. Now Perak look to break. Final pass from Nur Hakim was a bit too overhit. Goes back to Farizwan. It's now KL's turn to launch waves after waves of attack. It's now De Paula. There's a fantastic first touch, trying to get the better of Hafizul Hakim.
I think Hafizul's a lucky boy there. I don't think De Paula, you can see here, first touch, just gets away from him, and then he's given up as soon as that ball goes. He could have, if he would have maintained the focus, eyes on the ball, he could have made a run against it. Hafizul, very shaky first half.
I think everyone, including the goalkeeper at that point, were wondering whether De Paula was onside or offside, but there was no decision from the linesman.
Well, I think as players, you don't wait for the linesman or the whistle. You play towards the whistle. You have to go until that whistle is blown. If it's not blown, keep playing.
Leandro. And this is a replay of the penalty incident. Was it a clear one for you, Saratni?
Yeah, I think you know, Zaiful gives an indication to the referee, and also, you know, Gilmar got in front of him, tried to go reach for the ball, but, you know, brought down. Whether he was going to get there or not, we'll never know.
But it's exactly what Gilmar gives you, doesn't he? Even if he isn't in the best goal-scoring form, but he's got that physical presence to confuse defenders, to drag defenders down with him.
Yeah, of course. You know, he's very mobile. He's always going in for challenges, you know, whether it's tackles, going for the forward for the ball, holding up play. This is something that Perak have missed, and you know, they want to see them get back to where they were from last season.
Sharil Fikri's ball into the box. Reaches the feet of Karube. Josue gives it away. This is now Sharil Fikri. He's up against two KL defenders. But there was the slightest of touch from Luke Woodland to put the ball out of play. It's a corner kick for Perak. We've not seen excellent set-piece deliveries from both sides just yet, with the exception of maybe that one Paulo Josue try that led to Kuala Lumpur's goal.
Oh, and also the header from Guillaume De Paula. It was a good ball in.
Oh, yes, indeed. Nur Hakim into the box. Brendan Gunn is the target. Azmi Muslim does enough. It's now Fidaus back to its Amirul Azan. Spreads it into the path of Nur Hakim. He's up against Hafiz Johar. Nur Hakim almost found Leandro. Still with Perak. Amirul Azan. Brendan Gunn is demanding. Outside the box. Crosses into the box. Gilmar! Slightly wide off target from Gilmar.
That's a good ball in. And you got to praise the movement from Gilmar. You know, he has to readjust his positioning. You can just see that little movement. Doesn't get enough power. Can't get the accuracy as he's leaning backwards.
He needs a goal, Gilmar. He's only got 2 this season for Perak in the Liga Super. Here's Gilmar again. Back to its Nur Hakim. Fidaus Sayadi. Bit of a disappointing first touch. Now Kuala Lumpur look to break. Ashri Chuchu finds Luke Woodland. making a bit of an extended run. Indra Putra chooses to cross into the box. Excellent first touch from De Paula, trying to get the better of three Perak defenders. But Leandro does an excellent job of containing the threat from De Paula. Indra.
And just see there,
That
the work
run that he
rate
made.
of Indra. You know, that ball's going out. He doesn't give up. He gives 100%. That's what other players should be looking at. He's 38 years old. All those are younger players. Why can't they look at it and take it as an example? You know, my captain, 38 years old, doing that work.
He just seems to get better with age, Indra Putra. The older he gets, the better he gets, the more refined he becomes. Continues to be KL's main source of threat up front. Now Hafiz Johar couldn't get the better of Nur Hakim, puts the ball out of play. You could see Mamdrokovic is a bit more pleased with how his boys have performed in the last 5 minutes or so. They're working harder off the ball. Zaiful finds Karube. Back to Paulo Josue. Indra Putra trying to find space. Indra Putra shoots. Blocked by Idris. Back with De Paula, who's now brought down, and it's a free kick for Kuala Lumpur.
I can see here, surrounded by three players. I think it was a bit of a late tackle from Leandro. And Paulo again. Another chance. You see there, Hafizul probably asking himself, what was he thinking?
He's not scored a goal yet this season, Paulo Josue. But he can do them, especially from set-piece situations. This one is slightly further out than his usual spot, but it is Paulo Josue. Predictably over the bar as well.
Well, he knows he's got the quality, he's got the ability to get it up and down. Just not here. But as we see now, Kuala Lumpur, since the change has been made, Rietaro coming in, they have kept the ball a little bit better. Still not enough, but it's an improvement. They've got a bit more control in the midfield area. They have a little bit more calmness on the ball. They're not forcing it forward.
Ashri Chuchu finds Indra Putra. Indra cuts it into the path of De Paula. This is deep, De Paula, but it hits his hand. And he gets booked for it as well.
I don't understand that. How can you give that for a... He wants to take a shot. Why would a striker want to handle the ball in an attacking area? It's a weird yellow card for me.
This match just gets stranger.
He's swinging his arm to take a shot on the left foot, so he's accidentally hit the ball with his arm. Referee.
It's now Gilmar. He's being pressed by Karube. Play on, says the ref. Josue. Ashri Chuchu has a bit of space in front of him. Indra Putra is available. So is De Paula. Now it's Indra. Indra towards Karube. Gives it away. Sharil Fikri. Excellent work rate. But Ashri Chuchu now has a bit of space on the left. Ashri Chuchu tries his luck. Blocked by Hafizul.
Well, it's decent from Ashri. He scored the winner in the last game against PJ City. A bit of luck on his hands.
Yet again, it's a bad first touch from Rakim. But this is a replay of Ashri Chuchu's chance.
A bit of a deflection. I think it was Leandro there who got the touch. Comfortable for Hafizul.
Ah, that's aggressive from Leandro. He is an aggressive player, and even by his standards, it's a bit rough.
I think, yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's seen an opportunity to go in aggressively, but also win the ball at the same time. And he knows Paulo is the playmaker for Kuala Lumpur. So, you know, he's just giving it a little bit of aggression, try to put him off his game.
Well, quickly approaching the 45th minute of the match. It's still 2-1 in favor of Perak here in Cheras. One own goal from Zaiful Hakim. And another penalty kick from Leandro. And De Paula is now brought down inside the box. And the referee points to the spot. It's a penalty kick for Kuala Lumpur. Atni, just when you think this game can't get any more dramatic, it does.
Well, it's pretty exciting for us as commentators, but yeah, we can see Idris. There is a push, and you know, also Guillem makes the most out of it. It's a correct decision, but Guillem makes the most out of it. Idris should know better. He's in his own area. He's used his arms. Very important for Kuala Lumpur before the halftime whistle, so they can change their team talk. If they go in the dressing room 2-1 down, it's a different team talk. If they get this goal, confidence, and then they can think about going second half for the win.
This is a huge opportunity for Kuala Lumpur. Can De Paula bring them level? And feel the tension. Guillem De Paula! 2-2 here in Cheras. That's his second Liga Super goal of the season. 5th goal in all competitions. The Brazilian hitman is back.
Yeah, you're always knowing that when Guillem has the ball in the penalty box, penalty kick, he's going to score. But it's a bit fortunate for him. Hafizul goes the right way, just goes under his arms. He can't drop quick enough to make the block. Maybe think about using the feet. But yeah, 2-2.
With less than a minute left on the clock, it is now 2-2 between Kuala Lumpur and Perak. Guillem De Paula helping Kuala Lumpur level the score for the second time in this match. Still a bit of time, and Perak are looking to make the most out of it. It's a decent ball from Amirul Azan. Almost caught for his one off guard.
Yeah, we know he's trying to go for the cross, but right here, Farizwan has to be on his toes, has to make the decision. Correct decision made.
3 additional minutes here in Cheras. Perak will probably be looking at that 3 minutes as an opportunity to put themselves back in the lead as well. Firdaus Sayadi's cross into the box. De Paula does enough. Still with Nazirul Naim. Now Sayadi from the right crosses again. Brendan Gard. Now Gilmore sets it up and Noel Hakim puts it. But it's been ruled out for offside. The Perak players can't believe it.
We just look here. First, Azmi Muslim did push Leandro, and I think just as Gilmore taps that ball, no Hakim is offside. He just went a bit too early.
Maybe Gilmore could have gone for goal.
Yep, you can say the same. Yeah, Gilmore. But I think he's just trying to be unselfish. He did see the runs.
Still 2-all. Now Indra Putra. Offside again for the third or fourth time in this match, I believe. If that is not a reflection of his desire to beat the last man, I don't know what it is. In the meantime, Di Paula is down. Seems to have picked up a bit of a knock.
Well, not something Chong Yifat wants. They've just got him back to scoring goals.
And he's been influential tonight as well, even when he's not scoring goals.
Yeah, that's a main factor for Kuala Lumpur. When he's on the pitch, it's a fear factor as well, because Perak will have to, be more cautious, have to put more focus on him, and he holds the ball up well. He brings other players into the game, scores the goals.
Di Paula has scored 3 times against Perak. Scored once for Kuala Lumpur against Perak last season. Backed a couple more goals while he was playing for Selangor in 2015. Irfan Zakaria hits it into the legs of Leandro. It's now Nazirul Naim. Fidaus Sayadi does enough to set up. Nur Hakim crosses into the box. Almost found Gilmar.
And that's a really good ball from Nur Hakim. Just maybe Gilmar could have just made an extra sprint to the front post.
It's really been end-to-end stuff here in the last 15 minutes or so. There's still one more opportunity for Perak before the half-time whistle is blown. Nazirul Naim. Headed away by Ashri Chuchu. But that'll be it. The referee has blown the half-time whistle here at the stadium, Bola Sepak, Kuala Lumpur. We've seen an exciting match. 4 goals have been scored. Goalkeeping errors, defensive errors, penalties, you name it. We've seen it all in the first 45 minutes of this match here at half-time. It is Kuala Lumpur 2, Perak 2. Here's a list of some of the highlights from the first half. You could see this is the incident that led to Perak's opening goal. Bit of a miscommunication that led to Zaiful Hakim eventually toe-poking the ball into the back of his own net. Perak continued to threaten. This is Nur Hakim Hassan attempting a shot, but it's deflected above the bar. Gilmar this time around shoots, but is blocked by a KL defense. Perak continue to prove a threat through set-piece situation. This time around, Gilmar's header goes slightly above the bar. Kuala Lumpur then carved out a chance. Paulo Josue's free kick was poorly dealt with by Hafizul Hakim, allowing Indra Putra to slam the ball into the back of the net to level the score for Kuala Lumpur. And it was yet another set-piece situation that allowed Guillem Di Paula a free header that was denied by the post. Perak continued to threaten, and this time around, Gilmar is brought down inside the box. Leandro Dos Santos stepped up and made no mistakes by firing it into the back of the net to put Perak 2-1 in the lead. And just when you thought there was enough drama in this game, Perak continue to create chances. This time around, Gilmar hitting it slightly wide of the bar. Ashri Chuchu then tried his luck straight into the hands of Hafizul Hakim before Di Paula was brought down inside the box, and the Brazilian striker converted the penalty for his second Liga Super goal of the season to make it 2-2 between Kuala Lumpur and Perak. Stay tuned. After everything you've seen in the first 45 minutes, you do not want to be missing out on the second half.
와 진짜 대박. 플라이밍. 저희 지금 어디죠? 저희 지금 두리안 시장에 와 있습니다. 저희가 두리안 디저트를 먹고 영상을 올렸는데 댓글에 정말 많은 분들이 raw durian, 생 두리안을 먹어봐야 된다고 추천을 많이 해주셨어요. 마침 또 저희가 말레이시아에 있었잖아요. 그래서 이렇게 두리안을 먹어보러 왔습니다. 전 약간 지금 두려워요. 왜냐면 그 두리안 팝팝을 먹었을 때 그 추억이 너무나도 떠올라가지고.
지금 냄새가 오는데 사실
냄새는 그냥 괜찮은데요?
네.
자, 그럼 한번 시작해 보겠습니다.
되게 뭐야?
우와. 안에 뭐가 굉장히 딱딱한 뭐가
딱딱해. 그리고 이거 진짜 말랑하고 크림 같아.
되게 부드럽고 무슨 빵 같아요, 빵.
괜찮은데? 괜찮은데?
왜 먹는지는 알 수 있겠어요. 가스 맛 같은 맛 사이로 달고 고소한 코코넛 같은 맛이 조금 나는데 진짜 특이하다. 진짜 특이해. 한 번도 겪어본 적이 없는 맛이다.
내가 그동안 먹었던 단 것들 있잖아. 이건 두리안의 단맛이 따로 있는 것 같아. 혀의 단맛을 담당하는 구역이 있다면 이건 내가 그동안 사용하지 않았던 그런 단맛인 거야.
망고를 버터에 절여가지고 약간 부드럽게 만든 다음에 아보카도를 약간 섞고 거기에 가스를 조금 이렇게 팍 넣은 느낌? 약간 바나나 우유 맛도 나는 것 같은데?
바나나 우유?
응.
바나나 맛 우유.
노란색이라서 기분 탓인가?
바나나 맛 우유.
댓글에 그래서 나 이거 집에 있으면 하나 다 먹는다 이런 분들 있었잖아요. 아, 그게 진짜였네. 레알이었네.
냄새 안 나는데? 두리안 냄새 안 나는데?
D24 진짜 괜찮은 품종인가 봐.
D24 진짜 괜찮다.
확실히 그 두리안 팝팝보다는 훨씬 나은데 두리안과 친해지기 위해서는 한 반년 정도가 필요할 것 같아요.
과자 먹었을 때 났던 그 가스 맛? 가스 냄새가 하나도 없어요.
왜 생으로 먹어야 된다고 하시는지 알겠어요. 훨씬 낫네. 나 이거 손바닥 빨게 된다는 거 맛있다는 거거든요. 맛없으면 손가락 잘 안 빨거든요.
맞아, 닦아야지.
닦아야지.
나 두리안 처질인가 봐. 그동안 우리가 두리안을 잘 모르고 맛없다고 막 무시했는데.
죄송하네요.
미안합니다. 몰랐어요.
혜림이 인생 과일 사진.
왜 이게 퀸 오브 프루츠인지 알 것 같아.
킹 인정. 클리어. 와 진짜
대박. 블라이비. 우리 조금만 먹어보기로 했는데 어쩌다 보니까 다 먹었어.
아니야 진짜 생각 없이 계속 먹었던 것 같아요. 오늘 하루 이렇게 두리안을 하나 먹은 것으로 두리안을 완벽히 정복하진 못하겠지만 조금 더 두리안에 친해지는 그런 시간이 되었던 것 같습니다.
진짜 맛있게 잘 먹었습니다. 그럼 다음에 또 맛있는 말레이시아 음식으로 찾아오도록 하겠습니다. 안녕. 먼저 스타트를 하게 될까요? 네.
이거야?
잘했습니다. 말레이시아의 샴푸 커머셜이래요.
오 샴푸. 한번 시작해볼까요? 네.
뭐야? 이게 새 거라가지고 어머 이거 이렇게 찢어지는 거네.
눈빛이 너무 치명적이야.
오 예쁜데?
좋은 향기가 난다는 뜻인가 봐.
누구한테서?
이 여자분이
너무 눈빛이 뭘 광고하는 거지? 뉴트럴 C
비타민 C가 들어있대.
남자기 왜 안 나오지? 이게 뭐야?
근데 원래 이렇게 감는 거야 머리? 나 이게 나한테.
빨래 광고야?
아니
제가 지금 뭘 본 거죠?
이게 히잡 그 세제인가?
샴푸인데 히잡 위에서 감는 거잖아.
아 이게 색깔이 바뀌었네. 샴푸인가 싶었는데 샴푸가 아니라 왠지 히잡 전용 세제인가?
그러니까 보통 머리 감을 때 히잡도 같이 감는 건가?
아니지 당연히.
얘 여기서 이렇게 하고 있잖아.
히잡을 이렇게 벗고 감고 다시 착용하시겠죠.
이건 뭔데 그럼?
난 너무 혼란스러워.
샴푸 광고 패러디한 건데 말레이시아 사람들이 Do you wearing hijab on shower 이런 질문을 많이 받는데
히잡을 쓰는 이유가 애초에 뭐죠? 남자한테 보여주지 않기 위해서 아닌가? 근데 화장실 갈 때 히잡을 당연히 벗지. 화장실엔 남이 없잖아. 그런 질문을 하는 사람은 왜 그런 질문을 했을까?
그런 질문을 하는 사람들이 진짜로 있나요? 너무나도
아니 상식적으로 어떻게 머리를 감는데 히잡을 쓰겠어요.
히잡에 대해서 진짜 사람들이 잘
그만큼
쉽게 질문을 하는데 찾아보거나 좀만 더 관심을 가지면 그런 질문을 하지 않아도 되거든요.
수녀님들 머리를 감았을 때 그걸
베이스 하나요? 여러분 안 하잖아요. 뭔가 이거는 다른 문화에 대한 존중이 좀 없는 것이 아닌가. 근데 이건 좀 잘 맞는 것 같아요. 왜냐면은 딱 볼 때 드는 감정이 누가 이렇게 머리를 감아? 이건 말도 안 되는 그런 거야? 라는 그런 생각인데 그런 질문을 하는 사람들이 이걸 딱 보면은 내가 말도 안 되는 질문을 했구나 하고 딱 알아듣는.
그럴 것 같아요. 맞아요.
근데 이 영상을 처음 봤을 때 진짠가? 이런 생각이 조금 들었어요.
아 진짜?
응. 왜냐면 사실 우리는 생소한 문화잖아요. 근데 이렇게 뭔가 꼬집는 영상으로 아니라는 걸 깨닫고 나니까 이 문화를 좀 더 이해할 수 있게 된 느낌? 약간의 반성? 내가 이렇게 무지하다니.
이런 좋은 영상으로 다른 종교도 더 이해하고 그럴 수 있는 것 같아요.
네, 그런 것 같아요.
Minyak hilang tapi bukan bintik hitam. Baru kami mentega dalam satu. Membersih, scrub, masker. Bersihkan minyak, kurangkan bintik hitam. Cuba sekarang.
Lano kabo mu minyak UFO. UFO? UFO.
NASA sebenarnya dah jumpa portal laluan UFO dalam medan Malaysia. Alias atom, molekul dan pergerakan semua ni menerusi ruang dan masa.
Fail. Fail.
Kami dari Kelab UFO Seekers. Kami kaji UFO.
Kelab apa?
Iyalah tu.
Saya dan Sam cipta alat untuk berhubung dengan UFO. Kita orang berjaya berkomunikasi. Apa dia cakap? Dia tak cakap. Dia main lagu sejati.
Welcome back to the Liga Super Malaysia 2019 clash between Kuala Lumpur and Perak. It is still 2-2. We've had a dramatic first half. There was everything from defensive mistakes to goalkeeping errors to penalties. There was a high-octane first half, and it's still level 2-2. And there's every reason for both sides to be optimistic ahead of the second half, Sadadni.
Of course, especially for Perak, they don't want to give goals away again. Before this game, they've only conceded 8 goals. Now they've conceded 10. It will be very important for them to keep this defense very tight in the second half. Kuala Lumpur can threaten, but it's more important for Kuala Lumpur. I'm saying if they win this game, they go above Perak. And just both sides, they just want to cut out mistakes. I'm pretty sure that's what both managers, coaches have been telling their players. So let's see.
We're all set for the second half here in Cheras. "45 minutes left for either side to find a way to get all 3 points here. It is still 2-2 between Kuala Lumpur and Perak. It's Brendan Gunn. Outmuscled by Kuala Lumpur's Karube, but it does go back to Hafizul Hakim. Clears it under pressure from Indra Putra. Ashri Chuchu. First touch got the better of him, and it's now with Sharil Fikri. Back to it's Amirul Azhan. It's Leandro. Finds Brendan Gunn. Brendan Gunn's long ball trying to find Sharil Fikri, but it goes out of play. Sharil Fikri is demanding for a corner kick. He felt like the ball hit Azmi Muslim before going out of play.
Well, for me, I think the ball has already went out before it hit Azmi Muslim.
It's a goal kick for Kuala Lumpur. Disappointing goal kick from Farizwan. This goes out of play. Amirul Azhan. Towards Gilmar. This is Leandro. Leandro back towards Sharul Saad. Fantastic ball from Sharul to find Nur Hakim. Now Nazirul Naim has a bit of space, but the delivery was slightly overhit and he could not get there in time to cross it into the box. But you could see what Perak were trying to do with that situation.
Yeah, it's a shame. It was good movement, good running off the ball. Just let down by the bit of an overhit pass.
The two Brazilian strikers for both sides have been heavily involved in this match so far. Gilmar, of course, winning the penalty that allowed Perak to get their second goal of the night. Di Paula, on the other hand, won and scored the penalty that allowed Kuala Lumpur to draw level merely a minute before halftime. And they'll both continue to play massive parts. So will the other two Brazilians, Paulo Josue and Leandro dos Santos. But this is now Fidaus Sayari. He's up against Karube. Josue does well to intercept the situation. Josue is fouled and it's a free kick for Kuala Lumpur. Think you reckon Karube has given them a bit more steel in midfield?
Yes, I think he's influenced the game in a positive way. They have changed the way they attack. Well, besides this a little bit of miscontrol, but yeah, in the first half when he came on, they changed the way they play. They were more patient. They weren't forcing long balls. They weren't trying to go forward every single time.
Now Fidaus Sayadi is brought down. Brendan takes it quickly, but the referee demands for the ball to be brought back. He's another one that has been pressed aggressively, Fidaus Sayadi. think at this point in the season, Kuala Lumpur are well aware of what he can do when given time and space on the ball. Now Karube launches it forward and De Paula is flagged offside. Now, surely Durakovic cannot be pleased by how easy it has been for De Paula to get into those pockets of spaces. At the same time, now Sharil Fikri finds Brendan Gunn, whose pass towards Nur Hakim was mistimed. Leandro goes down. Got dragged by Indra Putra there. Now Amirul Azan back towards Idris. Finds Leandro. Leandro, final ball was suspect. Karube, swift turn from the Japanese midfielder. Finds Paulo Josue, who's got Ashri Chuchu. De Paula has a bit of space. Ashri Chuchu crosses. Idris does enough to put the ball out of play. So dangerous bit of move from Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, it's good here. Not the best of balls to put in a box, but Idris does what's needed to be done.
It's a corner kick for Kuala Lumpur. They can be dangerous in situations like this. You can see Luke Woodland, De Paula, Irfan Zakaria. All of them are inside the box. Decent ball from Josue this time around. Hafizul Hakim punches it. But Hafiz Johar fires it above the bar.
Yeah, I think there's a slight deflection there from a Perak defender. I think without the deflection, the ball was going way high anyway.
It's a short corner kick. Ashri Chuchu, delicious cross. Gilma does enough. Karube trying to play it back into the penalty box. Now Hafiz Johar. Brendan Gunn clears it. Easily picked up by Hafizul Hakim, who's now urging his defenders to control the tempo of the match. It's Brendan. Finds Nur Hakim. Back to Brendan again. Spreads it towards Idris. He's got Amirul Azan as an option. But Idris opts to find Sharil Fikri instead. Trying to use the burst of pace to get the better of Josue. Struggles to do so. Ball is back with Kuala Lumpur. This is Ashri Chuchu. Josue and De Paula. But Ashri Chuchu is brought down. He's been a lively player.
Yeah, a player gaining in confidence.
It's another free kick for Kuala Lumpur. De Paula will be the obvious target. Into the box, punched away by Hafizul. Now Nur Hakim. Fantastic ball to find Fidaus, who's trying to set up Nur Hakim. Excellent defending from Azmi Muslim instead. Now Brendan Gunn is racing ahead. He's got Nur Hakim ahead of him. Brendan Gunn back towards Nazirul Naim, who switches flanks. Now it's Amirul Azan. Amirul's cross. It's a bit mishit. He even slipped in the midst of producing that cross. Picked up rather easily by Farid Zwan. Both sides looking eager to find their respective third goal in this match. Now Josue, Ashri Chuchu. He's had a tough night against Amirul Azan. So has Sharil Fikri against Paulo Josue. Indra Putra, cheeky throw in. Cheeky touch as well from Josue. Sharul Saad does enough. Now Perak look to break again. This is Sharul Saad. Somehow gets a touch on the ball. Finds Sharil Fikri. Doesn't have support. Back towards Amirul Azan. Idris again. Shahrul Saad. Leandro. Nazirul Naim is making a run, but it goes towards Nur Hakim. Irfan Zakaria does well to intercept, but loses the ball. It's back with Perak. Sharil Fikri, Amirul Azan is overlapping. Sharil crosses into the box. Decent touch from Luke Woodland. Perak continue to press. Azmi Muslim does well to intercept. Now he's racing ahead, trying to set up Indra Putra. Idris does enough to read the movement of the ball. Leandro. Sharil Fikri under pressure. Goes out for a corner kick for Perak. He's had a tough night, Sharil Fikri, on the right flank. He's found himself in decent positions, but it's always been the final product that he's been unable to execute. And in the meantime, Kuala Lumpur are making their second change of the match. They're bringing off player number 27, Hafiz Johar, and they're replacing him with player number 22, Arif Anwar.
Yeah, it's an obvious substitution. Hafiz hasn't really came into the game. He hasn't been involved enough. So Arif Anwar gets another chance. In the last game against PJ City, he made quite a good impact on the game. Had a few chances himself. Brings a bit more pace going forward.
It is a corner kick for Perak. Di Paula. Farizwan, fantastic. Catches the ball. Just going back to the substitution, do you reckon it's a like-for-like move? Because Arif Anwar can play up front as well. And do you think this is a shift in how Kuala Lumpur will be looking to play in the remainder of the match?
Well, it's just a change similar to how they changed it in against PJ City. Arif straight onto the right flank. He'll bring pace. He'll run forward. He'll get on the ball, give more creativity, create more chances.
Azmi Muslim almost making a mess of that. It's still Azmi Muslim. Sharil Fikri has also been brought down. Getting into an altercation with Luke Woodland. Tempers are flaring here in Cheras. And it all started from that bit of a miss. And Luke Woodland has been shown a straight red. What a blow for Kuala Lumpur. And it came out of nothing.
Yeah, I don't understand the reaction from Luke. There's no need for it. Your team is still in this game. Now going down 10 men. Look here, it's just a little bit of a roll onto one another. Sharil, soft push. Luke doesn't have to react that way. It's right in front of the referee as well.
Justified the red card?
Yeah, I have to agree with the referee. He is spot on for this. Luke's just pushed Sharil straight down right in front of the referee. He's not going to get away with it.
This is a massive blow for Kuala Lumpur, not only because they're now down to 10 men, but also because they've already made 2 changes. And chances are they might be forced into making another change, unless they can get Karube back into the centre-back position. But in the meantime, it's Nazirul Naim. Straight into the palms of Farizwan. This is now a massive opportunity for Perak to capitalize on. They've got approximately 32 minutes left in the match.
Yeah, here, decent free kick from Nazirul. Not enough power, a bit far. Gives Farizwan an easy task. But yeah, Perak have to take advantage. I think against Pahang, when Azam Azeh got sent off, they didn't capitalize. They didn't get the equalizer. Today, they have an extra 10 minutes from the difference against Pahang. 30 minutes for them to go for the win. So, you know, they have to learn from mistakes, try and capitalize. You know, Pahang, they are a decent side. They are defensively strong. But Kuala Lumpur, you know, I think you would expect Perak to score some goals.
This is Fidaus Sayedi. It's a cheeky cross. Almost getting the better of Kuala Lumpur's defense. Brendan Gunn. It's 2 against 1 for Perak at this point. Splits it back towards Amirul Azan. Gilma and Sharil Fikri remain inside the box. Leandro. Nazirul Naim cuts it back towards Sharil Fikri. Gets the better of Paulo Josue. Sharil Fikri! Deflected out of play for a corner kick.
Yeah, Sharil does really well. Gets past 2 players, takes out the shot. And I think the goalkeeper also gets a touch after the deflection.
It's been taken quickly and it's Sharil Fikri. Blazes it over the bar. But it's been ruled offside as well.
Well, they had a similar chance in against Gerantot in Junker. Although it was offside, but you expect Sharil to put it in the back of the net either way.
For Rizwan, Kamaruddin is now down. Probably to provide his side a bit of a breather as well. The last 30 minutes, without a shadow of doubt, will not be easy for Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, well, whether it's a proper injury or not, you know, it does give Chong Yifat a chance to give some information out to the players. Now he's bringing on Fitri Omar.
And you can see it, Kuala Lumpur forced into making their final change as well. Ashri Chu is being brought off. And in comes Fitri Omar. Now that could potentially allow Kuala Lumpur to not only play with a back 4, but they could also switch to a back 5 if need be. Also means that they are looking to close the shop with just 30 minutes left on the clock.
Well, depends what Chong Yifat wants to do. So we see as now, yeah, they are playing 3 at the back. They might go, when they defend, might have the 5.
Leandro is now being booked for a tackle on De Paula. No arguments from De Paula as well. Probably because they are both best friends of the pitch. Perak are yet to make a substitution in this match, but you suspect that, given how things have been going, that at some point Mehmet Durakovic will be tempted to bring on an additional attacker. They don't just need a victory, they probably need goals as well, Perak. It's now Indra Putra. He's under pressure from Leandro. Sharil Fikri gets the better of Karube. Now looking to break with Gilma. Gilma is up against Irfan Zakaria. Sharil Fikri is charging into the box, but Gilma's cross is blocked by Irfan Zakaria. Now KL look to cause a bit of trouble. Arif Anwar. Fitri Omar is brought down. It is always difficult, even for a side like Perak, to play against a team that, despite being 10 men down, they are keeping 3 at the back.
Yeah, I think the main focus is defending. They'll probably hold back a bit more, go on the counter-attack, maybe try take advantage of free kicks, set pieces like this.
Now Nazirul Naim has been shown a red card. It's a second yellow.
What a game, what a game. We've seen 2 mistakes by both teams, 2 penalties from both teams. Now we see 2 reds from both teams. Just keeps getting more interesting as the game flows.
Now if you're Chong Yifat and you're looking at your side, you just made a substitution to play a back 3. And now Perak are having 10 men on the pitch as well.
Yeah, well, you know, they might change the way they go forward now. You know, the equal now with the players on the pitch.
It just gets better. Paulo Josue crosses into the box, and Paulo Josue scores. 3-2 for Kuala Lumpur.
And this is what I was saying about Paulo. He hits the ball so well, gets it up and down, dips just in front of the goalkeeper, puts the ball between the goalkeeper and defender. Without a touch, goes straight for goal. And just looking at it here, ball goes straight in between the goalkeeper and defender. Defenders don't deal with it. Goalkeeper, no chance.
It's also a bit odd that De Paula and Karume were probably unmarked as well.
They just miscommunication there.
Would have been a debut goal for McCary as well.
Bit difficult. We need to get their point of view.
Just a couple of minutes ago, it seemed like Perak were in the driving seat. They had a one-man advantage. They were level 2-2 with Kuala Lumpur, and in the matter of 2 minutes, they've now lost a player to red card, and they've also conceded a goal and gone behind.
Well, what a way to score your first goal.
Paulo Josue, yet another Brazilian player back amongst the goals for Kuala Lumpur. But this is a chance for Perak and Gilmar.
Well, very difficult. It's a good ball in. Put pressure from Fitri.
I tell you what, Atni, this game is far from over. Approximately 25 minutes left on the clock here in Cheras. As it stands, Kuala Lumpur will overtake Perak on the league standings. Perak will be pushed to 10th spot. But this is now Nur Hakim trying to get the better of the KL defense. Fitri Omar does enough to put it out of danger. De Paula is trying to hold the ball. He's up against two Perak defenders. Now Indra Putra chasing the line, but Hafizul Hakim comes out of his area and puts the ball out of play. He's getting stretched at this point in the match.
I just want to bring up the chance for Nur Hakim earlier. I think he just takes one touch too many, gets a bit congested in the area, doesn't know what to do. Easily cleared by Kuala Lumpur.
Now Arif Anwar is up against a couple of Perak players under pressure. Amirul Azan does enough. Idris back towards the path of Sharul Saad, who's pushing ahead. Now it's Nur Hakim, Brendan Gunn, back towards Sharul. There's still time for Perak to find a way back into the game. Sharul Saad. Long ball from Sharul towards Sharul Fikri. It's a bit too strong for Sharul Fikri to connect.
Well, you know, at the same time, the ball was strong, but should Sharul be so inside? Shouldn't he be waiting more on the outside near the byline?
De Paula, cheeky flick. Idris does enough to read that. Now, if you're Durakovic, what can you do? Who can you bring on, Sadatni?
Well, it's very difficult. You know, so far they've stuck with the same players. No indication of making a change. But they do have Karol Anwar, Kenny Palraj, Parthiban. I think the obvious choices would be between Karol Anwar and Parthiban. Both have pace.
But De Paula has a bit of space here now. He's only up against one defender. Guilherme De Paula is waiting for a bit of support. Does get it. Paulo Josue. He's got Arif Anwar. Sets up Indra Putra instead. Indra trying to tease it towards Zaiful Hakim. Bit of a wasted chance, you could think, for Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, why hasn't Bola tried to go at Sharul Saad? You know, he's one-on-one. He takes the ball to his left, and that brings back defenders for Perak. You know, they've regrouped. Now they've lost the ball from having a golden opportunity to score a goal. Pola's decision has just gave possession to Perak.
Amirul Azan charging ahead. This is now Firdaus Sayadi, who's now on the right flank. Sharil Fikri has moved a bit more centrally. Firdaus trying to set up Brendan Gunn. Intercepted by the KL defense. Amirul Azan gets the better of Fitri Omar. Crosses into the box, but it's captured by Farizwan Kamaruddin.
Yeah, it gives the goalkeeper an easy decision to make, easy catch.
Indraputra trying to use his space there. Fantastic defending from Sharul Saad and Idris. Now Perak look to launch yet another attack. Nur Hakim cuts inside. Brendan Gunn is outside the box. Brendan! That was always going to go wide.
Yeah, sliced shot. You can just see here, it's a bit getting away from him.
And as you predicted, Sairadni, Perak making their first change of the night as well. Khairul Anwar being brought on, and expectedly Sharil Fikri is being brought off as well. He's had a difficult night tonight, Sharil.
Yeah, you know, he's shown his commitment. He's tried his best, but it's not worked out for him. Now they need a different perspective, and bringing on Khairul Anwar, you know, who did do well coming on against Gerantut in the FA Cup. You know, he has to bring a bit more pace. You do know that the Kuala Lumpur defenders are going to get tired. They have played, they haven't had enough rest. Both teams also, we can say the same thing.
Now Nur Hakim crosses, intercepted by Karube. Karube towards De Paula. Goes down under the slightest bit of pressure from Idris. But it's play on, and Perak looking to launch another attack. Brendan Gunn chips it into the path of Gilmar. Azmi Muslim used his experience to block the Brazilian striker, allow the ball to go straight towards Farizwan. We're quickly approaching the final 15 minutes mark here in Cheras. It's about to get even more frantic than it already is. (3-2). Massive lead for Kuala Lumpur. Excellent opportunity for them to continue their good momentum and also get out of the dangerous area. They've been rooted to the bottom of the table for far too long, and this is an opportunity for Chong Yifat's men to finally get out of it. It's another substitution for Perak as well. Looks like Firdaus Sayadi is being brought off, and Rafiuddin Rodin has been brought on. He moves straight to the left.
I think it's a good change. Rafiuddin getting into a bit of form. Played well when he came on in the FA Cup against Gerantut. Created the goal for Wanda Lewis.
This could potentially mean that Nur Hakim might operate a bit more centrally. Khairul Anwar is on the right. Rafiuddin is now on the left. Kuala Lumpur have an away fixture against PKNS awaiting them this weekend. Perak, on the other hand, will play PKNP in Manjung. Brendan Gunn is demanding for support. Finds Gilmar. Gilmar's first touch was disappointing. Beto is now trying to intercept and get the better of Indraputra. Goes out. Dangerous area. Leandro crosses into the box. Headed away by Zaiful Hakim. Arif Anwar puts it out of play now. Rafiuddin plays it quickly to the feet of Sharul Saad. Back towards Rafiuddin. He's got Gilma inside the box. Rafiuddin crosses. And despite Gilma's best efforts, he couldn't keep it in play. It does go out.
Well, we can see a little bit of an impact from Rafiuddin. He's tried to create a good few chances. You know, Karol Anwar also has to get involved more.
Chong Yifat's change, rather the altered approach in defense, seems to be working in curtailing the Perak attackers so far. Hafizul Hakim. Now it's Nazirul. Rafiuddin, in fact. Now it's Leandro. Racing ahead, he's got Beto. Amirul Azan is also an option. Leandro is brought down. And this is an opportunity for Perak. It's not just a free kick. It's one just outside the box in a dangerous area.
I think Fitri has to be smarter here. You know, he's went into the challenge very late. Leandro knows what Fitri is going to do, just pushes the ball. Fitri makes the challenge. Big chance for Perak.
And it appears that Rafiuddin is set to take this one. Gilma is the obvious target. He's being marked carefully by, I think it's Azmi Muslim. Rafiuddin, that's a wasted opportunity for Perak. Surely you've got to do better than that in that position.
Of course, you know, it's a really big opportunity to get an equalizer. Misses everyone by a mile.
Perak have officially walked into uncharted territories for them as well. They are in search of a goal, but this season they've not scored a single goal between the 75th minute and the 90th minute. So it's a difficult ask, but in the meantime, Kuala Lumpur, a fourth goal will completely kill the game. They know that. Perak also know that. Sharul Saad is now Fidaus Sayadi. Nur Hakim, in fact. Rafiuddin. Back towards Brendan. Brendan has got Leandro. Leandro's ball into the box. Mistake from Farid Zuan. Rafiuddin is now brought down. It only goes out for a corner kick, but that could have been completely different.
Yeah, he firstly makes the mistake, and right there, you know, in my first opinion, I thought that was going to be a penalty.
There was contact.
Yep. Well, Farizwan is injured because he slipped and hit Rafiuddin. For me, that's a penalty.
Now, assuming the ball was still with Rafiuddin, because obviously he had gotten the ball away from him, assuming the ball was still with Rafiuddin, and Farizwan fell that way towards Rafiuddin and blocked the path of the ball.
Yeah, but just look again right there. The follow-through, you know. It's
could that have been a penalty?
For me, it's a penalty. That, no matter where the ball has went, you know, he's brought the man down.
Also a bit strange that none of the Perak players protested that one.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and it's a corner kick for Perak. Nur Hakim into the box. Picked up comfortably by Farid Zwan.
And that's important for a goalkeeper. You know, he spilled the first one to that gave the corner, and that just shows, you know, he's confident, he's still positive.
Immediately wipes out the mistake, doesn't it, making a save like that. Hafizo. Amirul Azan. Leandro. Rafiuddin demands for the ball, gets it. He's looking to cross again, Rafiuddin, this time towards Beto, sets it up. Azmi Muslim does enough. It's back with Rafiuddin. Now Sharul Saad. Trying to find space, Sharul Saad. Goes out for yet another corner kick. Sharul Saad plays it quickly towards Nur Hakim. Sharul crosses, but this is a wasted one. It goes way out of play.
It's just a centre-back's cross, isn't it? Well, you can see how much it means to Sharul Saad. He doesn't want to lose. You know, he's going forward, helping his team.
They've always had that defensive record to hold on to, Perak, even when they're not doing well this season. But this will be a huge blow. Not just losing, but also conceding 3 goals in the process of doing that, and then falling to 10th place if they lose tonight.
Yeah, well, 10 minutes to go. Still not over yet. I'm pretty sure they'll keep pushing. They do have a good mindset. They mentally strong.
Di Paula blows for a foul, the referee. Now Rafiuddin sprinting ahead. He's got Brendan Gunn as an option. Chooses to cut back towards Idris. Leandro. Gilmar's waiting inside the box. Leandro and Gilmar's header.
Yeah, good ball in. Not too much pressure from Kuala Lumpur defenders. Yeah, again, you know, Gilmar knows his ability. He knows he should be doing better.
It's not like they've not created opportunities, Perak. They have. A mixture of decent goalkeeping, decent defending, and poor finishing has stopped them from getting the 3rd goal so far. But there's still time. Approximately 8 minutes of regulation time here. Nur Hakim back towards Brendan, whose shot is blocked by Irfan Zakaria. Practically every Kuala Lumpur player is now camping either inside their box or just outside the box. Nur Hakim taking turns, these Perak players, to cross into the box. Now Brendan trying to find Gilmar, but it straight goes towards the hands of Farid Zwan.
Yeah, too high, too close to the goalkeeper. Not giving Gilmar too much of a chance to get anything on it.
Azmi Muslim.
Yeah, I think he gets away with that one.
Now Indra Putra trying to set up Arif Anwar. You can see Di Paula making a run into the box. The quality of Arif Anwar's ball was left to be desired. It was also deflected off Idris.
I think that's poor for me. He should be more patient. There was not really anyone in the box to look for. He just forces it, just wants to get it out of his feet as quick as possible.
Now Beto under pressure from Fitri Omar. Amirul Azan couldn't keep the ball in play, loses it. Now Fitri Omar is charging ahead. Indra Putra. He's got Arif Anwar as an option, Indra. Chooses to go back towards Paulo Josue, who's operating really deep at this point. They've got 7 minutes to hold on, Kuala Lumpur. Rafiuddin. Back towards Sharul Saad. Nur Hakim is making a run. Sharul finds Brendan instead outside the box. Spreads it towards Khairul Anwar. Khairil. Idris crosses. Deflected off Indra Putra. Now Rafiuddin. Nur Hakim trying to chip it into the path of Rafiuddin. Picked up by Farid Zwan.
I think he's very lucky there. Rafiuddin not looking at the ball.
That could have really gone wrong for Kuala Lumpur.
Would have just added to the mistake of goals from the first half.
Now it's Nur Hakim. Back to its Sharul Saad. Nur Hakim again. Rafiuddin. Another ball to the box. Gilmar! And somehow it goes into the back of the net. Nur Hakim Hassan levels the score for Perak. It's 3-3 here in Cheras.
It's a better ball in from Rafiuddin. Finds the head of Gilmar. Goalkeeper must do better with the push. Puts it in the path of Nur Hakim Hassan to score his second goal of the season. Defense will be disappointed. Goalkeeper will be disappointed. Chong Yifat will be disappointed.
Second goal in just 3 games. Nur Hakim Hassan has made it 3-3 between Kuala Lumpur and Perak with 5 minutes left on the clock.
We can say we saw something similar between Selangor and JDT, if I'm not mistaken. Khairul Azan, similar, trying to push it out, didn't do well enough. Happens to Farizwan.
Beto gets the better of Fitri Omar, charges into the box, crosses trying to set up Gilmar. Blocked by Farid Zwan. He's completely unhappy with his defenders at this moment. You can feel the tension in the air here in Cheras. 4 minutes left on the clock. Perak desperately wanting to get that 4th goal. Probably a lot better setup to find the 4th goal as well at this point. It's a cross into the path of Brendan Gunn. Cleared away by Azmi Muslim. Now Di Paula can break. Using his pace game, Di Paula trying to get the better of Amirul Azan, who's trying to drag him down. Di Paula! No free kick, says the referee. Now Rafiuddin. Karube. It's getting stretched. Paulo Josue sets up Arif. Indra Putra is making a run. Now Indra Putra has a bit of space.
It's a bit of a crazy game we're watching at the moment.
It's ridiculous.
100%. Amirul Azan has the intentions of pulling him down.
But this is a free kick. And there's a yellow card even for this. Arif Anwar booked.
Yeah, we can see clear intentions to bring the player down. This time, Khairul Anwar falls down. But, you know, give credit to Guillaume De Paula. You know, he kept going strong. He didn't want to be pulled down. Showed his physical ability.
Final change for Perak. Leandro Dos Santos being brought out. And Kenny Palraj comes in place of him. Like for like change as well. Two minutes left on the clock. This is now an opportunity for Perak. They've got 3 yellow shirts inside the box. The 4th one is now making his way. Khairul Anwar crosses. Picked up by Farid Zwan.
Yeah, again, I think it's a missed opportunity right there. There's no pace on the ball crossed in. Makes it easy for the goalkeeper again.
Arif Anwar. Terrific flick to get the better of Brendan Gunn, but the final product was slightly disappointing. Now Idris. Switches flank. So poor ball from Idris. Thankfully, Rafiuddin keeps the ball in play. Perak live to see another day. Nur Hakim. Kenny Palraj. First touch of the ball. Now Zamirul Azan. Charging ahead. He's got Beto to his left. Kenny Palraj is also inside the box. Taking his time, Khairul Anwar. Now it's Kenny Palraj. Throw in a dangerous area for Perak. Under a minute of regulation time left here. Josue. Free kick for Kuala Lumpur. Adni, if it ends 3-0, would it be a fair scoreline?
Well, the way things have went throughout the match, I'll just have to say yes. Well, Perak have had most of the ball. Second half, they've created chances. Yeah, but overall, I just have to say it's a game where both teams just deserve 1 point.
There's still time for Perak to change that though. Rafiuddin. Brendan Gunn. Tries his luck from outside the box. Blocked by Irfan Zakaria. Now Kenny Palraj. Passes towards Khairul Anwar. Cuts back. Khairul Anwar!
It's a decent try. Khairul Anwar has sparked a bit of venom into the attack.
Of course, the goalkeeper is down.
Yeah, it's a good try. Decent distance. You can just see towards the end of the game, both teams look a bit lethargic. They have had a run of matches. This is just after the weekend. Perak having to travel.
It's now also raining cats and dogs in Cheras. Looks like a fitting end to what has been a war-like performance from both sides. And the rain now providing a bit of closure and comfort.
A war-like performance, 2 casualties.
As it stands, Kuala Lumpur still get out of the bottom spot. They'll move above Felda United.
Okay, did we have any confirmation?
But in the meantime, Arif Anwar, Hafizul Hakim, Kenny Palraj, now Khairul Anwar. Rafiuddin is demanding for it. That's Rafiuddin. Brendan Gunn is also moving down the left. Nur Hakim, waiting, trying to find space. Brendan Gunn cuts it back towards Rafiuddin. Now Indra Putra. Flicks it back towards Arif Anwar. Josue. Long ball, trying to find De Paula. He's in a bit of a battle with Hafizul. De Paula is furious.
I don't know what Hafizul is trying to do here. And he might have just brought De Paula down as well.
Is that a penalty for you?
It's very, very hard to say.
But there was surely contact.
Definitely. It was a good ball from Paulo in the first place.
What was that?
Okay.
No. Meanwhile, Perak still trying to push ahead. Gilmar. He's got a bit of space, Gilmar. Free kick for Perak. Right at the death here. Just outside the box as well.
All right, yeah. It's good footwork from Gilmar. I think he's nutmegged 2 players. Ruitaro bringing him down. Not sure if the correct decision was given for that throw-in earlier between Indra Putra and De Paula. I've seen it before. I think it was for Man United where it was Ryan Giggs throwing it onto the back of Ronaldo.
This is it. It's do or die for Perak at this point. Be cruel on Kuala Lumpur for them to concede at this point of the game. Who would it be? Sharul Saad, Rafiuddin, Gilmar all over the ball.
Dispatching the 13th minute penalty off the underside of the bar for 1-0. Sandro then had a free.
Gilmar has left it to Sharul Saad and Rafiuddin. This will be the final chance of the match, you suspect. Sharul Saad, blocked by the wall, still in play, Rafiuddin. Azmi Muslim intercepts. And there you have it, the referee has blown the final whistle to what has been an absolutely dramatic encounter here at the stadium Bola Sepak Kuala Lumpur in Cheras. It's been frantic, it's been high octane. It's got everything that you want in a football match. And after 90 minutes of exciting football and dramatic incidents, the match ends 3-3 here in Cheras between Kuala Lumpur and Perak. Here are some of the highlights from the 90 minutes that we've just witnessed. Early on in the game, a defensive miscommunication from the Kuala Lumpur defense saw Zaiful Hakim toe poke the ball into the back of his own net to give Perak a 1-0 lead. The Boss Gaurus continued to prove a threat. This time around, Nur Hakim Hassan's shot was deflected above the bar. Gilmar then shoots, was blocked by the leg of Luke Woodland. Nazirul Naim's free kick. Gilmar hits the ball slightly above the bar. Kuala Lumpur then created their first chance in the game. Paulo Josue's free kick was mishandled by Hafizul Hakim, allowing Indra Putra to smash the ball into the back of the net to level the score for Kuala Lumpur. This was another chance for Kuala Lumpur just minutes after that. Yet another free kick from Paulo Josue, Guillaume de Paula this time around. Hitting it on target, but it's denied by the post. Gilmar was then brought down on the other side of the pitch. His compatriot Leandro Dos Santos stepped up and smashed it into the back of the net to restore Perak's lead in Cheras. Perak then continued to threaten and almost grabbed a third goal, but Gilmar's header went slightly wide of target. But Kuala Lumpur did not rest Ashri Chuchu's effort testing Hafizul Hakim. Before they finally got the opportunity they wanted, De Paula was brought down inside the box and the Brazilian striker made no mistakes by slotting it past Hafizul Hakim for his second Liga Super goal of the season. In the second half, Perak continued to create chances, Sharil Fikri missing a clear one from in front of the goal. But this time around, Paulo Josue's free kick from distance completely deceived the entire Perak defense and went past Hafizul Hakim to give Kuala Lumpur 3-2 lead. Brendan Gann's shot from outside the box goes wide before Gilmar's header was blocked by Farizwan, but Nur Hakim was in the right place at the right time to smash the ball past Farizwan to bring the score level 3-3 between both sides here in Cheras. So after 90 minutes of frantic, entertaining football at the stadium Bola Sepak Kuala Lumpur in Cheras, it is Kuala Lumpur 3, Perak 3.